Now I know, Mark, that particularly in church situations, we very much, as blokes, tend to justify a certain type of behaviour,
Yeah.
because it's the Lord's work.
Yeah.
A little bit on that.
Yeah. Well, I think we can just be full of good intentions about that, but end up getting ourselves in situations and forming bonds and friendships, especially if you're on ministry trips and all that kind of thing, and end up feeling something, a connection with someone that you don't even feel that you could share that with your wife, you know. And so already you're beginning to, you know, and it's what we call spiritual adultery. In other words, there's a kind of beginning of uniting over shared experience and so on, where you can end up, this is classic, you know, guys and their female personal assistants, they end up sharing more deeply with them than they do with their wives, and it's a form of what we call spiritual adultery. And in fact, one of my blogs I'm going to touch on why do Christians commit adultery, and it's all in this ballpark of people. It's all done, you know, people don't become adulterers overnight. It's all in little steps. It's adultery of the heart happen, connection with others, and then perhaps there's problems at home, your wife gets depressed, or you know, if there's financial problems and death in the family, so things could be rocky at home, and then you're finding a real expression in your workplace or in your ministry situation and forming bonds with people, and it always seems far more relaxed, far more attractive, and you know, spiritual adultery and so on, it just creeps up on you. And so the idea of having a code is not a bunch of laws, but it's just recognizing your own weaknesses. For instance, I would never, in my previous work, I worked in a mission and I had a personal assistant, I would never work with a female personal assistant unless I was absolutely sure that my wife was happy about it and that I felt like a brother or a father to that person. But if I was entrapted in any way, I wouldn't have that person and it's not their fault, it's just recognising my weakness and putting in boundaries way before anything could happen. And so a personal code, I think, is really important. And there's nothing about society that enforces a personal code anymore. We have to decide we're going to live by one. Because it's just thrown us all the time, you know, just take what you want. And I highly recommend it.